Hello students, how are you? I welcome you again in my new lecture, The Sexual Reproduction in the Flowering Plant. In the previous few lectures, I had explained about the androecium, gynoecium, pollination, and the outbreeding devices and pollen crystal interaction. So you can get the links from this page. Now today I am going to explain the next part of the sexual reproduction in the flowering plant, that is the second step, fertilization step. So fertilization means the fusion of gamete. In simple term we can say कि fertilization is the fusion of gamete. So when male and female gamete meet with each other and fused together, then it form a zygote. So this fusion of gamete is known as fertilization. So in case of the flowering plant, here is a very special fertilization, that is known as double fertilization. So double means two, and fertilization is the mixing of gametes. So in the flowering plant, the male gamete fuse with the female gamete as well as with some different type of cell inside the female reproductive structure. So let me explain what exactly double fertilization means. So when the pollen grain attached or set at the stigma. So here you can see this is the pollen grain and it attached at the surface of the stigma. Now this pollen grain enter in the style, right? So in this diagram you can see that this pollen grain produces its pollen tube, and this pollen tube contain two male gamete. So how many gametes? Two male gamete, right? So these are the two male gamete which are present within the pollen tube. Now this pollen tube entering in the ovary through the style. So this pollen tube enter inside the ovary through the micropylar end. Now this micropyle is the gate, is the entry, is the checkpoint of the pollen tube. So this pollen tube enter inside the ovule through the micropyle. Once this pollen tube enter inside the ovule, then one of the male gamete. So as I told you, there are two male gametes present in the pollen tube. So out of the two, one of the male gamete now moves toward the egg cell. So as I had explained in the previous lectures, this ovule is having the 8 nuclei, 7 celled stage. So three are present at the micropylar end and three are present at the chalazal end. This is the central cell, polar nuclei, right? So once the pollen tube produces one of the male gamete, now this male gamete through the synergid. So these are the synergid. This is synergid and this is synergid. This is a synergid cell. So this pollen tube produces male gamete in the synergid. Now through the synergid, this male gamete enter or fused with the female gamete, that is the egg cell. So this meeting, this fusion of the male gamete with the egg cell is known as syngamy. So syngamy is also known as fertilization. So after the fertilization, this will convert into a zygote. Zygote is diploid in nature. Diploid means 2n condition. What is diploid? This is the 2n condition. On the other hand, the male gamete and the female gamete, they are N or haploid in nature. So when one egg cell, one male gamete fused together, so after the syngamy, it will form a zygote that is diploid in nature. Now, Meanwhile, the another male gamete, okay, the another male gamete, it moves towards the central cell. So here is the central cell. This central cell is having two nuclei. It is having two nuclei. So the another male gamete fused with the central cell. Now at this moment, another fusion occurred, and this fusion is known as triple fusion. What is this? This is triple fusion. So why we are saying it is triple fusion? Because the one nuclei coming from the male gamete and the central cell already have two nuclei. So in total, three nuclei fused together. That's why it is known as triple fusion. So after the triple fusion, it form a triploid structure. This triploid structure is known as primary endosperm nucleus. PEN. PEN is primary endosperm nucleus. So, in short, what I had explained till now, okay, two male gamete present in the pollen tube, one male gamete fused with the egg cell and form a diploid zygote. At the same time, another male gamete fused with the central cell and form a triploid primary endosperm nucleus. So this second fusion is the triple fusion, and first fusion, the male gamete with the egg, is known as syngamy. Okay, now, so when two types of fusion, syngamy and the triple fusion, takes place inside the embryo sac. So this type of fertilization where two fusion takes place inside the embryo sac is known as double fertilization. Means the fusion, fertilization is the fusion, and double means two times. So first with the egg and second with the central cell. Now, so this event is very important event in the flowering plant. This is very unique feature, unique event in the flowering plant. Now, the central cell, that is the 3N condition, primary endosperm nucleus. So I have already explained why it is 3N. Get 2N from the central cell, polar nuclei, and 1N from the male gamete. So this is 3N condition. This primary endosperm nucleus now undergo and develops into the endosperm. किसमें कन्वर्ट हो रहा है? This primary endosperm nucleus now converting, now develop into the endosperm, and the zygote, this is the 2N condition zygote, the result of the fusion of male and female gamete, it will develop into an embryo. So this complete event where the fusion of gamete inside the embryo sac in two different category is known as double fertilization. So now I want to tell you why this double fertilization occur in the flowering plant. Basically, this endosperm provides the nutrient. It is very nutritive substance, so it provides the nutrient for the better development of an embryo. So this endosperm is the supporting substance for the development of the embryo, for the success of the fertilization of the gamete. So students, I hope you get all the required information, all the knowledge from this lecture. So if you have any query, any doubt, you can free to contact on my YouTube channel. Thank you.